We found it, Kessler Family Wellness, home of the
Okay, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Dr. William Kessler. I'm the owner of Kessler Family Wellness here in Tustin. They call me and my staff the Orange County Fight Docs. Been working with a lot of the local cage fighters as well as the youth competitors in the area for many years. It's kind of a natural niche for me. Growing up around wrestling and kickboxing and jiu-jitsu and karate as a youth, I graduated chiropractic college in 1993, moved back to Huntington Beach where I was introduced to Colin Oyama of Team Oyama, who at the time was actually coaching Tito Ortiz, Rico Rodriguez, and Rampage Jackson of the UFC. So I started back at a very young age and have progressed into this niche that we're treating here in Orange County these days. Being different than my regular patient base, I don't just treat fighters. Obviously we have a 60% of just regular Joes that want to train a little bit and want to be able to go back to their job. With fighters, there's not a lot of time to rest. If a guy has a fight coming up here in 6 to 8 weeks, we pretty much need to get him back to training tomorrow or as soon as possible. These guys are training 3 times a day and they're beating the crap out of each other. Let's say that I am a doctor who is into technology. When the latest and greatest things come out, I try and put them into my facility. Anything that's working, obviously we want to apply on our patients. Since having the Delta Pulse, we have seen quite a buzz in my office. There's a lot of equipment in my office that people are kind of cutting edge, but nothing as unique as this Delta Pulse unit. That is a very good success story. We have put it on a few fighters who had fractured elbows in the past. Never were quite able to get that last 10 to 15 degrees of range of motion in the frozen elbow, and it's been doing amazing things with the elbow. Shoulders, even low backs, discs. I wouldn't say that it's cured discs, but we've had people who have been very miserable in their daily activities and getting, a day and a half relief out of very large herniation. Delta Pulse technology being very positive in the MMA community, simply because it's probably the fastest way to heal acute injuries, at least the fastest that I've seen of any other equipment. We've seen edema, very large edema, go down in just 15 minutes of treatment. That is irreplaceable in somebody who needs to fight in 3 weeks and needs to be back for the evening session and back for the 5:30 a.m. class. In the past 2 decades, 18 years or so, I have always been trying to put the latest and greatest technologies into my practice for myself and my patients. This table I'm sitting on right now is 14 years old, and this was probably the latest and greatest thing 14 years ago. Henry's with a decompression table right now that does carpal tunnel and cervical and lumbar. We're using Groston techniques, active release, kinesio tape, you name it, we're using it in our office. But since I'm having the Delta Pulse, I'm really seeing a buzz, and I think it's something we're definitely going to have to keep in our clinic for our patients.
All right, I'm Ben Moreland. I'm 25 years old. I've been training and fighting for about 6 or 7 years now. And about 3 months ago, I blew out the side of my knee doing jiu-jitsu. I came to Dr. Kessler to have him put it back together for me. And after a few weeks of coming in, doing the massage and the E-stim and the adjustments, he switched me over to the Delta Pulse. Delta Pulse was cool. It was different from the E-stim. The biggest thing I noticed was my knee started feeling more stable and stronger again. It took a while for the pain to go away, and the pain is definitely getting better, improving over time, but the stability in my knee has let me get back to training. I've been training again for like 3 weeks now on an injury that they told me would take 6 months to heal, and it's been 3 months. So I'm really excited with the care that Dr. Kessler and the Delta Pulse have given me.
How you doing? I'm Ken McCormick, age 46, have a back and a neck injury. My C5 and 6 in my neck, cervical, is I have a damaged disc, and I also in my thoracic, my lumbar spine, L4 and L5 are also damaged from falling off of a motorhome. I've been on disability for about 2.5 years. I have done decompression and stimulation therapy for the most of it to try to prevent surgery, and just recently started doing the Delta Pulse. It's been about 2.5 weeks now, and the Delta Pulse machine on my back has wow, it's really performed miracles when it comes to the healing process and how fast, from a negative state that I'm in when I'm in a lot of pain, just 2 or 3 sessions with that Delta Pulse really stimulates the area that I'm damaged in, and it gives me relief like you would not believe, where I do not have to do medication or very little therapy 3-4 times a week, which I've normally done is now limited down to maybe 1 time a week. So it has been just a great asset, very, very huge when it comes to healing, and the immediate response I get from it has been very successful.
I got my hand treated with a Delta Pulse at a world-class MMA boxing gym. I started training again. I threw a punch, and my hand felt that same, let's say, nerve got pinched. So I came here with the OC fight doc, Dr. Kessler, and he treated my hand with Delta Pulse, and results are great. I mean, they're spectacular. I get treated, let's say, first 10 minutes of the first session, and my hand feels like nothing happened at all. But I know it has to be a lot of consistency with the Delta Pulse machine, but the results are great. So first, if you have the first treatment, you feel results fast.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Bennett. I am 48 years old. I am a 2-sport professional athlete, my primary sport being track and field, and I engaged also in boxing. And the doctor here had this new and exciting new piece of equipment he wanted me to try called the Delta Pulse. And he knew that I had acquired an injury some time ago, a chronic injury that led to me acquiring a partially torn Achilles tendon, a heel spur, hematoma to the bone, to the calcaneus area, and also bursitis to the medial side of my heel. And he said he didn't know if this piece of equipment, the Delta Pulse, will work for it, but let's try it out. So I came in and a little skeptical, because you hear about this magnetic type machinery that's supposed to give you this tremendous amount of recovery and healing process. And I said, well, at least I can give it a try and give you my feedback. So I came in a week ago and sat in on the session. Session lasted about 20 minutes, and immediately afterwards, great relief of pain and discomfort, great dorsiflexion mobility in the ankle. And a matter of fact, I had not been training or running for some time, and that day I went out and ran 7 miles, and afterwards still maintained quite a bit of the mobility, very, very little pain. And the relief and flexibility that I received from the treatment lasted for 2.5 to 3 days. So I really believe that this machine is something that is tremendous, and every athlete who has a chronic injury should get involved with it and use it, because at least in my case, and with my chronic injury of 3.5 years, it gave the greatest release I've ever had. In actuality, it's given me so much relief that I didn't feel that great or this much comfort and relief from pain. It felt like as if I had received 3 weeks of treatment on my injury. So, a great piece of machinery. Loved it, and I think every athlete should use it.